Galadriel's really like Alex Jones. She's this conspiracy theorist that no one believes. Oh. Pick the most uncomfortable chair to spend an hour in. Are they destroying Numenor already? Like they took the feedback and said, yeah, the fans want us to move faster. That's it. We're destroying Numenor. Next scene. That's a dream sequence, but you know, this is actually something the show will probably handle really well because it is visually spectacular. It's going to be visually spectacular, I hope, when it goes down. So that part, I'm super excited to see how they do it when it really shows up. It's going to play to their strengths, unlike story so far.
I didn't realize you're in the middle of something important. Chancellor.
Is that Doctor Strange? Like, I love this guy's hair for some reason. He looks like some derelict wizard, not a politician, but maybe that's the same thing.
I'd much rather it if you were wise, my son.
It's fucking Numenorian Karl Marx. Workers of Numenor unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Wait, what? That whine came out of nowhere. Like, maybe he is like a derelict wine summoning wizard. I was expecting a transition to a pub scene, but no, they've just got wine on command in Numenor. No wonder why this was such a fabled city. Why can't America do that? I'd attend like so many workers' rights rallies. This guy's way too much like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, better watch out talking to him. You're gonna get spitefully displayed on Hot or Not Numenoria. Is that the guy from Succession? But I do like the use of lore here. We're seeing that orcs actually come from elves, which, all right, I'll take it. I'm so thirsty for the lore. Or Pride and Prejudice? His fate has definitely led him to a darker past. Oh, hold on. Now see, this is an exciting path for the narrative to take. And this is how this entire show should have been framed from the start. It's about Sauron creating a new world. And it's about disaffected, you know, potentially ambitious people from the old world trying to rise to power in this new hellscape that Sauron wants to create. That's a great premise. That's something worth spending $1 billion on. I know, like, rights issues, but if this really was something that Simon Tolkien was also passionate about telling them, then maybe he could have done everyone a solid and said, hey, let's give them some more access to the rights. Like, this should really be Sauron's story. I just want to pause here for a moment longer. This should be Sauron's story, right? Like, this guy that is, or this god, demigod that is maybe potentially misunderstood. We don't hear from him much. He's painted as this really evil villain. But he certainly has his own motivations, right? Wait, maybe what could actually happen is Sauron's trying to set up his own kingdom, and then Galadriel, once she gets over to Middle-earth, she's like, wait a second, why should I try to save these people? I'm going to set up my own kingdom here and flex. And then, so it's like a land grab between these two gods. Or demigods. Okay, so this is an exciting piece, right? Maybe the elf, he's released to send a message, but maybe what's actually being bargained for here is this guy's allegiance. So maybe he's actually going to change sides, pull a switcheroo, he's gonna betray his people and join a different side. Like, wouldn't that be some exciting, risky storytelling? I'd be here for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Sauron! This kid does have Slytherin vibes though. Like, I really like him. Like, he's got like this funny gimp. He seems really conniving. He's definitely sly, Slytherin-y. So yeah, a lot of promise from this evildoer. I feel like this whole section would be a great Universal Studios scare night. Like, I'll take this series more seriously when Amazon builds theme parks based around all these franchises it's buying. You're not a media giant until you build a theme park based off a major film franchise. They really play up the Night of the Living Dead vibes here. Like, I really like that. And I also like this idea of like these like zombie-esque orcs and they can't go into the sunlight. That's really well done. I do like that in concept and in execution.
It swept me to this island for a reason, and it will not be quelled by you, Regent.
Don't tell me. Tavern brawl.
That was actually funny.
In an instance like this, it seems to me that you do well to identify what it is that your opponent most fears.
And exploit it.
No. Give them a means of mastering it, so that you can master them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sauron! Oh look, it's Doctor Strange again. This is such a crazy version of the multiverse of madness. Come on, Rings of Power. Just as I was starting to like you, you give me one of these dumb fight scenes. Like, so we have 4 armed guards. She shuts the door behind her. And then literally 1 to 2 seconds later after this scuffle, she's like pushed them. She's opened the door and shoved them all 4 of them in. So like, I'm not positive I'm not in the Marvel universe. Doctor Strange is like, trust me, in another universe, I'm a witty, dashing surgeon and like the most powerful wizard ever. Who wins a fight between Doctor Strange and Gandalf? Like, tell me in the comments below. I actually want to see Galadriel in a UFC match. Like, let's stop messing around with this charade that there's a plot and that there's going to be some overarching grand reveal of who Sauron is, or that there's actually some like a cohesive narrative that's going to take shape. I just want to see the next 4 episodes of Galadriel in cage match after cage match after cage match. Look, all I'm saying is, if she's gonna be like Jack Reacher, at least give her some decent fight scenes. Yeah, so here we have Elrond, you're staring at the Pythagorean theorem, or something, and then he goes to the glorious dwarf city, which was one of the main things I always wanted to see more of, so I am glad we get to see some more of that. I'm very glad they've done away with the Indiana Jones travel arrows, though I do love some good 90s nostalgia, so maybe I actually want them to bring them back. Yeah, Elrond hanging out with Durin, he quickly discovers they found Mithril. Mithril! I can't roll my R's because they tried to teach me French when I was really young, so this would be like Mithril. 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 Yeah, I could never do Italian because they roll the R's too. Real. Then Durin's wife, belts out some opera. The mountain spares the dwarves. So it's potentially her singing that woke up the Balrog and not their greedy little digging. Ladies and gentlemen, Sauron! Oh, whoa! Now that is a throne! How epic would your Netflix and chill sessions be if you could just watch it from a twin board throne carved from the ancient rock of Khazad-dum? Yeah, Galadriel trying to make her case for them to join forces. The lady has a good quip about faith, which I actually like. Faith may bind 2 hearts, but it's too thin a thread to hang a kingdom from. And maybe also a 5-season television series. Look, I like poetry. I like it when people and shows attempt poetry. We'd all be better off if there was more great poetry. However, I guess the downside to that is if you wind up in the universe where there's only bad poetry, ladies and gentlemen, Sauron.
Few know the full extent of his decline.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sauron. Galadriel leaving Numenor after her failed bid to win an army, and like apparently the entire city has turned out to watch her leave. She's like, fuck you punks. I'll see each one of you in the octagon. You and you and you, both you at the same time, and you and you and you. Galadriel really is Alex Jones. She's like this unhinged, over-the-top conspiracy theorist that no one believes. Where was that in the marketing? This is a great show.